And we have a slight change for the next slot. Unfortunately, Florian and Dohmann from Birds on Mars were not able to join us today, but I'm very glad to welcome here on stage Dr. Nina Stumme from DB Netz. She's head of data management and analytics, and she holds a PhD in mathematics, and she has been working in the various areas of Deutsche Bahn, always bridging the gap between business needs and technology offerings. And in her presentation, she will show how to connect data and AI technology with sniffer dogs to find new solutions for environmental protection. Welcome, and happy to have you here.
Well, thank you very much. Now, I would like to start with a request. Can anybody raise their hand who does not speak German? Here we go. I'll speak English. Well, I just want to mention that my co-speaker, Flo Dohmann, has fallen ill today, unfortunately, because he's a really creative guy and an inspiring speaker, but, well, I'll have to take his part. 2 years ago, we kickstarted a division at DB Netz to improve our business and create value by using data analytics and AI. And what I want to do today is, well, to talk about our approach.
Excuse me,
our
little
experiences.
tip. Can you please talk to the microphone so that everybody? Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, is it better now? Sorry, shall I start at the beginning or did you catch it? Okay. So this is about our experiences building up a new data analytics and AI division at DB Netz AG. I'll start with the challenges. Well, there were several speakers from DB today, so to make it very short, the rail system is very complex. There's a wide range of technologies, all interacting from different generations. So there's a lot of work to do to improve the system. Well, you probably all know about it, at least all of you who came by train. Just to describe a little bit more clearly what our tasks are, within DB Netz is the manager of the rail infrastructure. So DB Netz is responsible for construction of rail infrastructure, maintenance, for schedule construction, and for the operation of the trains. So this is the field we are dealing with. Does this work with a microphone? I'm not sure. Okay, well, thank you. Now, I believe strongly, as I'm sure you all do, that business can be improved through using data analytics and AI. Well, in my company, not everybody does think so. Well, they certainly wouldn't deny it, but they would find other fields which they think is much more important. So there's quite a way to go to build up such a division. I want to explain what the main aspects were when we started 2 years ago, and all the work we did together with Flo Dohmann and his team from Birds on Mars, what is an AI agency. So what were the important aspects? Our first important aspect, we intended to connect data to people. What does this mean? We think our teams are always interdisciplinary. So in every team we've got, we make absolutely sure that a profound knowledge of business and a profound knowledge of the business data is available. And certainly also technological skills and IT skills. And the DataNet community and the DataNet, which is a holistic concept, has many teams, all mixed with different skills. And around this community, well, around this DataNet, we have built up a wide range community of data in the company so that we find out about all needs in the company which can be helped with data and analytics, and we find out about all activities some people start. DB Netz is a huge company, it's a regional company, so it's not easy to know what everybody does. So this thing about participation is one important point. The next point about this DataNet concept is that we give access to different kind of users with different skills. Well, certainly we give access to users of the various business units, but we also give access to data scientists from the business units, and we give access to IT professionals which work in other parts of Deutsche Bahn. So we have an environment to build professional data products and AI products, but we have also environments for sandboxing so that the data scientists of the business units can explore their own data. And, well, certainly we have a lot of tools for self-analytics so that every business expert, well, can work with his own data. So again, the idea of inclusion and participation. The last aspect I want to mention, which is here called production ready, we make absolutely sure that every prototype that works is put into production and, well, is a long-lasting, scalable solution. So these are the main points of the concept, and the whole idea is, the goal is to use data and AI for a sustainable future of mobility. Sustainable here in two senses. One sense is we want to build these long-lasting, productive data products. Well, and we'll talk about environment now with the examples. I'll give you 3 examples which hopefully give an insight of what kind of work we do. Now, the first example is about animal species protection. And you have to know that before a construction project starts, it is necessary to know which protected animals live on the site. So that if there are any measurements, protection measurements are initiated. Until now, these animals are looked for by experts who walk along the area and just look for the animals. Now, there's an innovation. DB Netz has trained sniffer dogs, and now they do the job, and certainly they do the job much faster and much more reliable. So with this change, we decided to collect the data, because up till now, the results of the search were only used for the one project that commissioned the search, so there was no reuse of data. Now we are collecting the data of species occurrence, and with some algorithms, it is possible to vastly reduce the time you have to spend on species mapping and to shorten the duration of the whole process. Well, and this saves a lot of money, and it speeds up our construction projects, which is a major goal of DB Netz. So in this case, well, we have a data product which isn't too complex. It's something to do with the reuse of data, but it provides a lot of benefit. So this is the first example. Well, and now this is our dream, that in a few years, when we have collected all this data about species occurrence, that we can learn about it, and that we may even be able to protect the occurrence of protected animals. But, well, this is the future. Now, the second example. That doesn't work. here we go. The second example is an AI data product. It's about automated detection of vegetation hotspots. DB has decided to phase out the weed killer glyphosate. Yeah, very good. Well, I think so too. Well, as we all know, because glyphosate is not only harmful to weeds, but also to plants and animals. Now, phasing out glyphosate makes it necessary to use alternative methods for vegetation control in the track bed. And, well, the alternative methods are more complicated and more time-consuming, and it is therefore necessary to have an automated detection of vegetation hotspots. Well, and we want to develop this by using track videos that are recorded from the trains, and we use machine learning algorithm, well, that identifies the track bed and the edges of the track bed, and then determines the intensity of growth per track section. Actually, Markus Voss, who's sitting there, is building it, and he's giving a talk later, so perhaps you want to go there. This is the second example, and I'll give you the third example shortly. Well, this is a more general product. It's called InfraMaps. It's the Google Maps for railway infrastructure. I don't have to explain much. Today, there's no holistic visualization of the railway infrastructure, but many people at DB need it for their daily work because they have to have detailed information about facilities, their surroundings, and this information has to be very reliable. So we built a data product where aerial photographs, track videos, three-dimensional point clouds, and other visualizations are combined, are linked with geo-information and other data, so the goal is to build a digital twin. These are the three examples. Well, we have learned a few things so far, and I now want to tell you about our learnings. First of all, we don't build a data lake, meaning we don't collect data to find out later what it will help, but we build a product. Now, what do I mean with product? First of all, we focus strongly on our user groups and their needs. And we work strictly benefit-orientated. That means the product grows step by step, but each step has to be economical in itself. And in this way, well, you will have a technological platform, you will have a comprehensive database, and you will have analytic capabilities, well, that grow with the steps you build up your product. So you get this overall product DataNet, which has many facets and perspectives, and certainly a modular architecture. Well, the complication is, we started 2 years ago. The DataNet product grows quickly. Well, technology and organization get complex, so you have to hold the strings together. And we achieved to do that by something we call one experience. And one experience means that we try to offer our users orientation. And the users are the users in the business units as well as the users in the IT. And we try to give a unified, shared overview, and in this way establish a common understanding and a common language for data and AI in the company. That has a lot to do with UX, but it also has a lot to do with understanding the different perspectives of the various users of this DataNet product. Now, 1 minute left. So, well, I wrap up. I hope I gave you an insight in our approach how to create value by using data analytics and AI. We understand ourselves as intelligence architects. What does this mean? All the building blocks are there. The knowledge about business and domain is there. UX is there. Data science is there. Machine learning is there. Cloud computing is there. IT management is there. But you have to put all these structures together and build architectures. These are technological architectures, organizational architectures, cultural architectures, and all this together will hopefully enable us to achieve our goals. If you like, you can watch on YouTube Ricarda, a colleague of us. She's an intelligence architect. She's actually in the InfraMaps teams, and she tells us about her work. So, are we ready for AI? Well, we have to get ready for AI. You see the picture? Well, we are architects, so we make up the structures, we connect people and data, which works on which affects the culture. We do the pre- and post-processing, which I call put prototypes into production. Well, and then we want to establish AI. And it's still a long way to go. We are at the beginning. There's a lot of work and a lot to achieve. Well, it's actually fun. You can see the little heart. And I hope that I'll have the possibility to talk to one or the other of you, well, to get some feedback and some new ideas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a time probably for one question. Are there any questions in the audience? Yeah, one.
Thank you so much. What were the biggest challenges that you were facing over the last 2 years in the process of building it?
Convincing everybody in DB Netz that this is a good idea, because some people don't, well, it's not their fault, they just work in different areas, but they don't understand data and digitalization. So you have to convince the people to participate, and then you have to create these interdisciplinary teams that focus on the same goal.
The strategy best to apply to solve this issue was?
Sorry, I can't understand you without a microphone.
And can you give me some kind of example how to solve that in the best way? Because I think a lot of organizations are working with those kind of challenges. Did you have some kind of aha moment where you said, okay, that is working especially well to change the culture more towards AI?
Well, I had many moments. Perhaps we should take later. I could talk an hour about it, because my job was a lot of convincing during the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can take this discussion on, in a networking area. Thank you very much again.